Welcome to the Game Audio Resource WiseCube 2019 Audio Implementation Guide series. In this chapter we outline a few processes and procedure ideas for the final mix of the game. As we have now completed all implementation needed for the project, we need to consistently balance all content areas together. The larger the project content, the easier it is to lose track of what has and what has not been balanced. Even more so with a project like this where code is not available and we are hacking new content into the game. Here are a few ideas to track the final mix process. Add a new column to the project tracker called Final Mix Status. You could use a QA test plan depending on the details listed. Create a unique spreadsheet as you process through each work unit and audio tech available. Whichever process you use, ensure every item in the Wise project and any external audio pipelines and processes are listed for the final balancing. Now we can start to track our final balancing. We can delve through the project content. Here are a few examples of how you could perform the mixing and balancing task. Priority order content areas and work in order through all game content. For example, UI being 1 the highest, environments being 2nd, weapons being 6th, and armor being the lowest priority. You could work through the actor mixer hierarchy in alphabetical order. Set up mixing sessions for each content type. Example 1. All content associated to the entity type Slith. Footstep, armor, bodyfall, vocalizations, and weapons. Or example 2. All content associated to an environment type. Desert, wind loop, wind gusts, insects, mammals, etc. Loudness normalization. If all global content has been assigned to use this setting under the Source Settings tab, you will need to focus balancing in a different way using settings like makeup gain and HDR. This is a more detailed and advanced form of balancing that we will not cover in this base guide series. It is advisable to start with key components, e.g. a reference volume level asset like dialogue. Then set the base soundscape with the main ambience of the game areas. This sets your bed to sew all audio content areas into the world soundscape. This process is normally implemented with each content task as they are completed. As you have been finalizing each chapter, we have been applying these settings to most global audio content. For ease of guide explaining, we are leaving this info till this step. To maximize the asset variations so that assets don't sound overly repetitive, we will add a few simple settings that should be applied across all content in the project. In this example, we will use the weapon_punch actor mixer. Click on the pitch randomizer icon. In the randomizer window, click Enabled. Change the min offset value to -120, then change the max offset value to 120. Click on the low pass filter randomizer icon. In the randomizer window, tick Enabled. Leave the min offset value at 0. Change the max offset value to 20. Click on the high pass filter randomizer icon. In the randomizer window, tick Enabled. Leave the min offset value at 0, then change the max offset value to 20. As a reminder of Chapter 6b, ensure all content you wish to use in-game reverb zones has the Use Game Defined Auxiliary Sends ticked box enabled. Adding most of the above simple randomizer updates to different content areas will hugely reduce the repetitiveness of audio assets heard in-game. Not all content will need all randomizers assigned, so be careful where you assign the data content. For example, a human voice with random pitching can make it sound like the character is changing voices with every exertion. If you choose to set up most of the game content via mixing sessions, this step will guide you through how to set up a single mixing session for the entity type Ogre. Navigate to the Project Explorer Sessions tab, Mixing Sessions folder. Right-click the default work unit. Then select New Child, Wise Work Unit. Name it Entity_Types. Right-click the new Wise Work Unit, then select New Child, Mixing Session. Name it Entity_Type_Ogre. Double-click the new mixing session to open the Mixing Desk window. Leave the window open, then navigate back to the Project Explorer Audio tab, Actor Mixer Hierarchy, Default Work Unit. We will now drag into the mixing session all content related to the Ogre entity. Drag in the following content to the mixer desk. Armor_leather_monster actor mixer. Footstep_human_monster switch container. body _ full _ human _ leather _ monster switch container, vocal _ ogre actor mixer, and magic _ fireball actor mixer. Save your Wwise project updates for the mixing sessions to be stored. With the above content, we can balance the ogre's footsteps, vocals, bodyfalls, weapons, and armor content against each other in-game. If you wish to balance the content in Wwise using mixer sessions, you will need to drag in all associated individual content that is directly assigned to the events. For example, vocals would be all individual types added to the mixing session, as shown on screen. If you have chosen to use the mixing sessions, add as many as you need. Break up the mixing session's content into what makes the most sense to you. Whichever way makes the most sense for you to balance your global audio content, set up the needed prep work, then get started. Spend the time needed to balance your game's full audio content. At times it will become tough, but staying to the process plan you put in place will help you see progression and completion.